Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie, spelled Natalee, and I'm here to do your free psychic daily tarot reading. Shoot, sorry, it's the weekend reading. This will go up Friday. Okay, but all of my readings are timeless, so whenever you click into the reading is when you're meant to hear the messages. If you're new here, observe that I knock on my deck like so to shake out all of the loose energy from the previous reading before I begin. I also go over downloads, psychic tunings as I shuffle or cook the cards. Okay, my loves. So thank you to anyone and everyone who sent me healing energy from yesterday. I went to bed really early. I did a lot of alchemizing work with that really rough energy, and I woke up so refreshed. I feel so amazing. I just really woke up completely in love with my life. So thank you so much for helping me alchemize. To anyone who sent me the healing good vibes, I got them and received them. So thank you. Mwah. Okay. And the download that I have today for you, I'm picking up, this is interesting, I had finished Scorpio's last half of November reading and I was playing fetch with the German Shepherd outside, and then the song just started playing. Yeah, another song. And I learned my Shania Twain lesson and I went and I Googled it. Just like the Shania Twain song, I didn't really know the song. All I knew was, how do I live? Like I got like this super bratty, like warped, it's not really how that song goes. Like I live, my life is like in a cartoon. Like I always feel like I'm in a surreal cartoon ever since I was like an itty bitty child. Like, guys, honestly. So that's, it's like, anyway, so I Ekoja'd the song. It's Leanne Rimes. It's a gorgeous, she has a beautiful voice. When I really heard it, the real song, I thought, oh my God, it's beautiful. It's like a gorgeous, it's a wonderful song. It's How Do I Live by Leanne Rimes. And I'm going to link to because I played it with the lyrics on the screen and it's really sweet. I think some husband made it for his wife. It's really, really sweet. Anyway, so they channeled that song, and what the tuning in, you know, as I'm sitting down to do this, so what you're observing is a continuation of psychic channeling with the help of, psychic channeling, with the help of the tarot cards. So the tuning is the strength of this connection is really overwhelming someone. Okay, what it feels like a marriage. It feels like a marriage. Does not have to be. This could just be a really strong connection to somebody else that you have, okay? Okay, so it feels like a marriage. It feels like a really strong bond, like basically impenetrable. Interesting. Impenetrable. I didn't mean to say impenetrable. The first card just flipped out. It just... The way it fell was so sweet too. You have the Star card. It's the first card out the gate, so it's the strongest. It's really, really, actually, that's yours too. I'm putting that with the Star. This is, you know it's meant to be. If you're not with this person, if you're not married, if you're not committed, if you're not solidified, if you're not, you know, together, you or this other person feels like this is meant to be. If you're married, this is your person. This is how it was always meant to be, you being with this person. And I feel like if you're going through something right now, either like a tough time, I feel like it's one of you. If you're married, it feels like one of you is going through a difficult time and the other one is sort of giving them the space and the privacy and the, the space and the privacy to do that, to be in this space of them needing to work on stuff, them going through whatever they're going through. So it's absolutely that you know that this is your person, you know that this is the one, you know that this person's going to come through it, you know this person's going to make it out the other side. Okay? And if you're the one being patient with your person, you have all of the faith in the world. Like, this is really strongly about faith here with the Star and with the High Priestess. It's about having this immense belief and like this inner knowing that this person's going to pull through, this person's going to come out of it, this person is going to make it. Because it's going to be a stress on the marriage. Whatever this is, it's a stress on the relationship. So whether you're with this person or whether you are separated, if there's distance between you two, you know that this is the one. You know that this is the person. And like I channeled the, oh God, I'm sorry, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. You know, living in Los Angeles, I've never in my entire life heard or seen or been in an environment of so much landscaping. Oh my God. Okay, so back to you. Okay, so if you are waiting for this person to pull through, you're just like, you're sending them all of the healing energy. You're really supporting them. You're believing in them. So whoever, you know, if you're married, if you're not, you totally believe in them. Like your faith is unwavering. Like this is your religion, this love, this connection. Thank you. They're correcting me. This connection. This connection's it. Okay. And if you're the one going through something and you're going through a dark time, just know that your partner loves you and believes in you and has all the faith in the world that you're going to pull through. And what I'm picking up is insecurity on the other side is actually what I got from the song that they channeled to me. The how do I'm sorry, hearing it as like a little kid, that's how anyway, okay, so moving on. What's the next message, please? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, that's what I was saying. Thank you. So the other person, the one who's going through this is them having to have a change of perspective. You have to see things from a different point of view in order to see the mind that comes up with the solution. You can't be in that same mind if you like made the problem. If you are creating, if you're in the problem, you can't stay in that state of mind to find the solution. You have to change your mind to find that creative solution. You have to open it up. You have to change it. You have to have a different perspective. So this other person is going through a perspective shift and they're going through a change of the mind. It might be beneficial for you to watch Scorpio's videos because Scorpio last half of November is all about, I talked about how Scorpios, we have all this scorpionic energy, but then we have Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, which is Scorpio's solar third house, which is all communication in the mind. So even though you're not a Scorpio or you may not be a Scorpio, it could still stimulate that thinking or stimulate that, you know, the ideas and the gears to start turning in a different way, in a different direction, a different insight, a different, like I said, different perspective, so that they can have this perspective shift that they need to have in order to come back to the connection. Because I do feel like someone here they've either moved away from the connection, or it's just by going through their own turmoil already alienates them from the connection a little bit. And that's why we have to have space in healthy relationships. That's why we have to have trust and privacy, so that someone can go off and do individual soul work while the other one maintains that, patient confidence, and the other one doesn't have to feel insecure that there's not going to be someone to come back to. Ooh, they just showed me Tristan from Legends of the Fall. Love that movie. Love that movie. Since then, I've always wanted 3 sons. It's hilarious. So you know how Tristan, Brad Pitt in the movie, he leaves for like a really long time to go figure his own thing out, and then the girl's waiting for him. She gives up waiting for him and she marries the brother. She was actually with like all 3 brothers. She marries the older brother, and then Tristan comes back and he gets his Native American girl, happy little kids. Well, I'm not going to tell you the ending. And then she kind of runs into them at the fair, and she's like, you know, it's just like this horrible, she's like, oh, I couldn't have waited for Tristan. Oh my God. You know, and here we are. And now I'm married to the politician and he's boring and he doesn't do that thing that Tristan does with his tongue or whatever, you know, whatever it is. I'm just like riffing here, but it's I'm like embarrassing myself now. My reenactments. So this is someone here is being Tristan. I love that name too. I'm going to say it like 10 more times. Someone here is being Tristan and has to go off and do their, what's it called? Like a walkabout. They have to do some personal work, okay? Hermit work. They're doing hermit work. They're out to do their hermit work. They have to have the change in perspective. And that's why it feels like it's a married couple, because there's someone here. I know there's someone here that's supporting this person through this process. So you're either showing up as married or intensely connected, a huge bond, a deep bond, and it's psychic too. This is 5D psychic energy. This is not material energy. This is also psychic energy, immaterial energy. So now we have like the 5Ds of what both of these people are going through. The 5D in the higher self, in the mind and the heart of this personality, this archetype, we have someone who's very supportive, who's loving and generous and caring. Not like the girl in the movie. And then over here in this energy, we have an archetype who is, they just said torturing themselves. So torturing themselves for some of you, and for some of you, you're stuck mentally stuck. But just take away the fear that there's no person for you, or okay, because you do. I just wanted to make that very clear. What's next message, please? Did you hear that? Meine Güte, why couldn't I have done it? Well, that was interesting. So the camera stopped recording at 5:55, 5 minutes 55 seconds, and I was going to leave the cards on the floor again, and I knew they said no, especially when they stopped my camera recording. So I went and picked it up. There's one card that fell on the table. There's face up. There's one card on the floor that fell face up, and then 3 cards that came out face down. So the card that fell on the table face up is this 8 of Swords, and they showed me, I should have just called it out. When I said they're torturing themselves, this is what they showed me. Like I just looked out the window and there was like this big card, like a big, anyway, so I'm not surprised that this came out. They're torturing themselves because they're not changing their perspective, okay? The card on the floor that fell face up is the Queen of Pentacles. I love this. I feel like this is this person right here. So, oh, okay, got it. Gotcha. Okay, this is her. Okay, so this is this person. So it does not have to be a female, does not have to be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. They're channeling this energy. They're channeling the energy of stability, of loyalty, of dedication. This, of all the queens, the Queen of Pentacles is the most loyal queen. She's the most like steadfast and together, and like she's on your side. She's just very committed and very disciplined, and someone who definitely honors all of her commitments. Like look at her. She's just gazing at that pentacle. Ooh, hold on. I never get this with this card. I am now for you though. This little bunny right here, this I usually feel is very fertile, like she's a very fertile person in the mind, in the heart, in the body, whatever. But I'm now getting that there's like a secret treasure. There's something like a secret prize or secret treasure, a hidden treasure. Ooh, interesting. Anyway, it's not germane to this conversation, but this is definitely in the 3D, in the reality. She's being very loyal and very steadfast and very, this is a person who takes care of themselves. They put themselves together, they get good sleep, they eat good foods, they drink, they take into their bodies healthy, good, loving things because they care about their bodies, they care about their vessels, they take care of themselves, and then they take care of everything else. And they take care of the business, they take care of, husband or the wife, kids, families, organizations, boards. This could be someone who sits on a board, someone who's a charity, whatever person, philanthropist, whatever, but someone who really has it together. So this is someone who has a very well-run life. It's very well organized. It's very well taken care of. And even if it's not, this is someone who has an inner stability where they're making it so. They're creating their outside reality because on the inside, they're full of faith. They're full of belief. They're full of optimism. They're full of knowing. They go by what they know. So they know the decisions that are right for them, and they know the decisions that are wrong for them. So they're actually just very much in tune. They're very much in tune with their own either higher power, their own meditation practice, their own intuitive ability, and they're going with their own flow here. So that's your partner. If you're the one who's torturing yourself, if you're the one going through this, then your partner is holding it down. Like I can't There can't be a more stable, that's why I feel like it's a marriage. It doesn't have to be, but that's why I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is such a wife card for me too. Like of all the queens, I feel like Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Cups are like the super wife cards, like wife, okay? Now remember, this could be husband if this is applying that way. So just blur the signs, the ages, and the genders, okay? So this is the person holding it down while the other person takes the time that they need to, they're hoodwinked. They're giving me hoodwinked. Self-torture. They're playing the song. It's the strength of the connection. Oh my gosh, for some of you, it's the strength of this connection that is actually tweaking this person out. That would be if you're not married. If you're not married and you are like with this person sort of on or off, or met them online but haven't met like in person, then this person is torturing themselves not being with you because they are absolutely terrified. Oh my God, that's it. How do I live without you? How do I survive without you? They don't like that. They do not like that. They did not want. Okay, now here are the 3 cards that fell on the floor face down. We have the Page of Swords, the Three of, I almost said the Three of Hearts, the Three of Swords, and the Six of Staves. This is really interesting because the Page of Swords is a very secret card, and the Six of Staves is a very public card. And then in the very middle, you have heartbreak. You have absolute... Someone is watching. Oh my God. Okay. This is, okay, let me explain this. So if this applies to you if you are either not married, or if you are married, there's distance between you two, physical or emotional, and you kind of are not tuned into each other, like where you're talking every day or talking all the time. Maybe somebody moved out, maybe you're in a trial separation, and you're not like living together, you're not close anymore. You're watching each other, okay? You're watching each other, and the Queen of Pentacles is keeping an eye. Queen of Pentacles is keeping an eye on this person's progress to see, see how they're doing. Now look at this now. This is like if you post a picture on Instagram and you're like smiling and you're happy and everything's looking great and shiny, this person can see through that. They can see through the attractiveness, and they can actually see that you're in pain. They can see that you are still torturing yourself. They can see it. Wow. So what this feels like to me is that this is the 5D of your partner or this person, and this is the 3D. In the 3D reality, they're putting on the good, and this isn't a judgment against them, guys. This is no judgment against them. You don't want to publish every lapse in judgment, every insecure moment, every bizarre feeling you're feeling on the internet all day, every day. Like, that's okay. Okay, so no judgment. It's just privacy. It really is just privacy. For the sake of privacy, they're putting on the brave face. They could be in the public. They could be someone online. They could be someone who has to deal with the public every day, who has to actually interact with people, or maybe they do something, like I said, online. They publish content or something, and they're putting on the good show, the brave face. Sorry. They're putting on the brave face, and the other one can see that there's actual real pain underneath. There's real hurt. There's real heartbreak. They can see it. They can look in the eyes and they can see it. They can know. They just know. Okay? So this is the 5D. This is the 3D. And we have our gorgeous, supportive, energetic. So now this person is even sending healing energy out into the ethers to their partner. So pick your position. You're either the Queen of Pentacles or you're the one. Oh, So if you're not together, if you're not married, this is like when you put up a new profile picture and you have a new haircut or you look really great, but the other person knows already that you're having issues. What's the next message, please? Interesting. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, how do I... See, I'm trying to sing it not the stupid way I was singing it, but... Bottom of the deck. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, that's yours too. Okay. Here's the thing here. Is that the Devil card, I love this card, not just because it's Capricorn, but it's codependency right here, okay? This is someone overcoming codependency. They're taking control. They're taking their life back. They're overcoming codependency on negative thinking, on negative thoughts. Could also be alcohol. Could also be drinking, okay? So if someone looks like they're having a great time, they're not. They're not. They're not having a great time because they're not participating in this connection. They're not actively letting themselves be loved. If this is a marriage, your partner could have suffered something of a blow, like an insecurity, something that's, they're going through something that's triggering insecurity, triggering depression, triggering drinking, triggering, you know, it's they're being, and you know what, guys, this is life. Like, and when you love someone, if it all comes together perfectly, you guys get married, have the 2.5 kids and the white picket fence and the big house. 6 years later, someone could get hit by a bus and lose their legs. Okay. 4 months later, someone could get sick, and like someone could lose their, things just happen. So it's not even like the end of the story when two people come together. When two people come together, it's about staying together, which is why I'm really happy that we have the Queen of Pentacles, because the Pentacles, the earth signs, that's the glue of relationships. We're the glue. Earth signs, water, okay, it's this energy, the glue-like energy, and you need that glue to stick. Like, you want it to stick, okay? And that's what you have here. You have the support. So for the person who's battling your demons, you are overcoming your addictions. You're setting yourself free. You're taking the shackles off. In this pictogram, these two people, see how loose these chains are? They're loose. They put them on themselves, okay? They put them on themselves, and they are there out of their own accord. They're there because they choose to be there. Likewise, you are in this miserable position because you're choosing to stay in this miserable position. You're choosing to stay in anxiety. You're choosing to stay in fear. You're choosing to stress. You're making the conscious choice decision with every thought, okay? Every thought is a choice. You're directing your thoughts to the negative, to the anxiety. Someone's not letting themselves off the hook. I would really take a look at Scorpios. But if I feel like this is guilt, this is... Now, if this is either guilt for something that they did, or it's guilt for something that went wrong, that was out of their control, and they're not letting themselves off the hook. So it's like if they got let go at work, it's like, well, everyone got let go of work. It's not your fault, honey. Like, it's not, you don't have to beat yourself up about that, you know, but they feel like they failed. They feel like they're a loser. They just feel horrible. And it's, you know what I'm saying? So your partner is dealing with something that has really hit their ego, that really, now for some of you that was a good thing, and it's, oh, they went a little overboard where they needed to be, their egos needed to be adjusted, but now they've gone too far, and now it's like they're in a pendulum where they're showing me where they're either over here emotionally or they're over here emotionally. They need to be equilibrium. They need balance. They need equanimity here. So what they're doing is they're going to be taking control into their own hands, and they're going to be freeing themselves. They're going to be taking the shackles off. And they've been having all these tools on the table to be able to do that, guys. But they haven't made the decision, and it's a mental decision because, like I said up here, mentally in the 5D, they're stuck. They're really stuck. They don't realize it, and they don't accept it, that they have the free will choice to take off the hoodwinked bandage. They don't think that. They really genuinely think that they are stuck because of outside circumstances. They really honestly don't understand right now that they can change their mind and that they need to and that they have to. They're not getting it. They're really not getting it at this point. In this energy, they're just trying to put on a brave face for the world, for the online community, for whatever it is. They're just putting on the face. You can see through to the heartbreak. And in the 5D, they're stuck. They will continue to be stuck. They're going to stay miserable. This is good. Okay, for the marrieds out there, this could be a rough Christmas for you. This could be a rough holiday season. I don't know how long this will last. It's up to them how long they decide to stay here. It's really up to them. And you're there. You're very stable. You're very solid. And here's what I like about this is that this is all happy energy. This is all like happiness. Like you're not letting your partner's devolution, what's the opposite of evolution? Like you're not letting them devolve, them going through their individual personal stuff is not affecting you personally, and it's not affecting your connection in a negative way. This is what's really mature and interesting about what's going on here, is that you're holding it down and you are having all of the faith in the world. Like I'm picking up someone who's super strong, super confident, and busy. Like the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, she does stuff. She's on boards, organizations, businesses and family and friends and herself and her own creations. This is someone who's very creation focused on creation, focusing on creating the new, focused on the new. Aquarius rules the star card. Someone who they could be innovative. If this is like a very working person, male or female, doesn't matter. This is someone who's working on bringing, actually very similar to the Magician, taking from above, like great ideas, or taking energy from above and bringing it down into manifestation, because the Queen of Pentacles, pentacle energy, is all about the material. It's about what you can touch. So she's working on creating her own manifestations, and she's busy enough doing that while staying loyal and stable and open for her partner, his or her partner, to come back to the connection. They're very specific. They're saying how they're showing it is that you two have this connection. You have this connection, and that is eternal. That is something from a past life. That is something that you've already committed to in this lifetime. The connection is there. So both of you will either walk away from the connection or you'll stay with the connection. But the connection itself is not being harmed here, is not being affected. I'm just seeing one person keeping the faith and really holding it down, like in every way, shape, and form. And then I see the other person really going through a very difficult time in their mind. It's really in their mind. Like this Hanged Man, it's like he has to hang upside down and look at the world 180 degrees differently than how he's used to walking around looking at the world. And he has to let the blood rush to his head before it pops. Before it pops and spills out. I'm just kidding. Until he has his moment of enlightenment. And then you can take off these hoodwinked, there's someone who's just really, the negative thoughts, the negative words, the negative mental patterns run very deep. Like these are really tall swords. They're running deep. Like, oh, this one's shortened, so it means it's stuck in down even deeper. Like it runs very deep, and I appreciate the difficulty of that. So I totally understand. What is that? What is that? I just want you to know that you can change it at any point. Sorry. That you can change your mind at any point, any moment. That's what I was saying. I was going to say moint. But I was trying to say moment and point. Okay? So with the Ten of Pentacles, here's the good news, is that this change is the only constant, okay? Change is the only constant. The only thing that any of us can rely on is that things are going to change. So when things are really great, like I said, okay, you just got married, you have your 2.5 kids, everything's going great. Well, that's going to change too. And you guys are going to have to deal with someone's parent dying, with someone getting sick, with someone losing a house, with someone, not getting what they want at work with someone, that's just life. That's just life. Change is the only constant. So someone picked a good partner. If you're married, you picked a good one, because you really picked the for better or worse person that can handle the worst without it letting it affect them personally. And it gives you just like the ultimate freedom and the ultimate space to work out your own issues. So they're telling me that whoever is working through this is very grateful and appreciative to the Queen of Pentacles person. That's good to know. That's good to know that they appreciate that. Okay, so with the Ten of Pentacles, change is the only constant. So just like when things are great, okay, now we have a little challenge to deal with as a family. So what attitude are we gonna deal with this in? This is what you want. You want someone who's gonna set the tone, who's gonna set the attitude for the family to deal with the challenges in a very healthy way, based in, I won't get into that digression, but you know that things are gonna change. So the attitude of when things are crummy and when they change to positive, well, that's what this is here. This is the next change. So if you're in this position and you can't think your way into the solution, change is going to happen. Change is the only constant. And the best part is that it happens in yourself. Well, it's like, when are you going to let yourself off the hook? When are you going to tell yourself, I'm done feeling shitty? I'm done feeling shitty. Why am I still feeling shitty? I don't want to feel shitty anymore. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to change. I'm going to finally change my mind. I'm finally going to do it. And for some of you, those of you that are not married, who are not in a relationship, or who are not really with your person, it's really strong with that song, How Do I Live Without You? For some of you, it's the actual strength of this connection that is intimidating this person. And they don't feel like they can change their mind. They don't think that they can change their mind about being with you, about whatever it is. And that's when I tell you here that they're going to change their mind, because they have to like take care of their future. And they know that they want to build a future with the person that's like the real ride or die, the real stability here. Pentacles. Pentacles. Okay. So if that's where you are, then you have a very strong bond with this person, and you're affecting them even when you're not physically together. Like, you two both have a telepathic communication back and forth here. So they're getting your positive energy, you're sending them positive energy, and they're taking it, they're absorbing it, and they're adding it. This is someone who's thinking like way too long about this. They're overthinking it, and it's like they keep running around in circles and they're not really getting anywhere. The longer that they take, they think that it's going to change, that their minds are going to change, or that something's going to change, or that they'll change their mind about you, or that circumstances will change. They think that, but they're applying that they're applying that logic in the wrong space, because the thing that's not ever going to change is the connection. So if they're thinking that this connection is going to change, so I'm not going to move yet, then they're thinking incorrectly. I'll be right back. And we're back. I'm being drawn back to the Hanged Man. This is not just having to have a change of, let me explain why you have to have the change of perspective here. That might help the person who needs to break through this. It might help you break through, who knows. Okay, so this is an initiated person. So I'm not going to explain all the symbolism, but you've basically attained a little bit of success, a little bit of achievement. You're not all the way there though, okay? This is another step on your journey, another step on your path to your own, super divinity, okay? This is you needing to be responsible for co-working with the divine. I know you don't see it that way, and that's the point. Because the divine, the cosmos, the universe wants all of us to feel love, to feel the divinity all around us, to feel the energies in human form, the best energies in human form. That's the okay? That's part of the point here. And we have to pass through all of these trials of initiation to understand ourselves, our self-expression. And at this point that you're at, you've achieved you have made some achievements. You have made some achievements, and the more you achieve, the more responsibility you have for co-working with the rest of the divine, for everyone else, because we're all connected. When someone's in a cage, I can't be free. When my person's feeling, it's not crossing boundaries, okay? We're not talking about crossing boundaries. I'm talking about this one person who needs to overcome self-torturing, negative mental thoughts. It's this person's responsibility to take his part in the world's redemption. And I know you might not think that you affect the rest of the world, but you do. To the world you can be one person, but to one person you can be the world, okay? This is someone who it's a bigger responsibility than just themselves and their lives. It's actually a little bit bigger than that. The point of this key right here, as opposed to the other keys, is that with the Hanged Man, you have to accomplish your own regeneration consciously. That's why he's upside down. That's why he's like torturing himself, hanging from the limb until he has the best idea, until he has his next great idea. It's all himself. He has to do it consciously and voluntarily. He has to walk into this. He has to change his mind on his own. It can't be anyone else changing their mind. It doesn't work that way, because then you take the karma, you take the choice away from someone. You can't do that. That's what's really beautiful about this connection, is that this person is not taking the choice away from this person. They're not harping on this person. You have to do this, you have to do that, you should, you should, you should. They're giving them the space and the distance to figure it out for themselves, so that their karma is balanced, so that they can grow, so that they can move forward and achieve the purpose of their incarnation in this incarnation. They have a soul's purpose, and this is one step on that soul's purpose. Okay? Okay, I think I did what we were supposed to do with the Hanged Man. Let's move on. I want to jump back to the Ten of Pentacles, because this is why they're changing their mind. This is what's inspiring this person to actually take that responsibility with courage, and to have courage and approaching their future and approaching the changes they have to make here. This is my Oma card, because it feels like this is the patriarch. It feels like the matriarch is like bringing him like a glass of lemonade or something. We have their children, we have the little grandbaby, we have the dogs right here, the progeny. We have pentacles falling from the sky. We have the beautiful estate. I'd like to bring your attention to the tapestries right behind our patriarch. See that? The tapestries on the wall of the estate, sort of tucked away, hidden away. It's about legacy. It's about progeny. It's about continuing your bloodline after you turn to dust. This person is going to be thinking about what they want long term. They're going to be thinking about the solidity of what they can build with this person once they just get themselves out of the dump. Once they get themselves back on their feet, they're like, you know what? That's what the hidden treasure is. That's what this hidden treasure is. For some of you, this applies for you if you're not married to this person yet. This person sees a hidden treasure in you, and that you can help them create this ancient family carrying on in health, wealth, and prosperity. They can build it with you. They want to build it with you. They know that you're the one to build it with, and they're trying to get over their own stuff. They're trying to clean out their own. It's like detoxing the heart. Where was that? Hold on. Where was that? Here we go. Detoxing the heart. They're showing that they're showing the, but they're on the inside. They're working on detoxing this heart. They're working on, if you're married to this person, they could be triggered. There could be something triggering from the past that they're getting over. If you are not married to this person, You are triggering this person. If you're not married to this person, it's your love, it's your connection that is triggering all kinds of things coming up in this person, in their mind and in their heart, because they're looking at the future in a way that they really hadn't. I feel like they could have imagined or oh my God, they're telling me that they wished for a true love like this, and they wished for it. They wished for you. They manifested you. This person, just like they're manifesting, just like eventually they're going to take control of themselves and banish this anxiety and then get over their internal fears and really come back to this connection in a real way, in a 3D way. They wished for a connection like this. They prayed for it. It's like in practical magic. Oh, that actor was also in Legends of the Fall. He played, I forgot his name, I'm sorry. But Sandra Bullock wishes, she's a witch and she manifests this soulmate in her life. And she says something like, he's going to have one green eye and one blue, and he's going to have a star. And she meets the guy and he has one green eye and one blue, and he has like a sheriff star on his. It's a great movie. It's a wonderful film. Okay, they should re-release that, seriously. I'd go see it. Of course I would. My God, of course. So 10 of Pentacles, they know that, how do I live without you? How do I survive without you? How do I? It scares them. It's like let's say that happens. You guys get married, have the 2.5 kids. You're super solid and super stable, but this person's just terrified at loving someone that much. It's like they wished for you, they created you, they manifested this connection. Here it is, and now they're like, at some point they gave up on the connection of wishing for you. At some point before they met you or became aware of you, they gave up, and they, like, why would they change? They didn't ever need to change. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't. Life, business as usual. But now that they have this taste of you, now that they have this divinity coming into their life through you and through the energy that you're sharing with them and sending with them, now they're like, oh my God, it's here, it's here. I never thought it was going to be here. Now it's here. And now it's triggering all these changes in me that I have to change, and I have to take responsibility, and I have to trust, and I have to, so it's like triggering a lot of work that they have to do. But they're thinking of that ancient family, and they're looking in the future. They're looking at themselves as, the grandpa or the grandma, and they're thinking about their kids. They're thinking about their kids' kids. They're thinking about their homes, of their inheritances, of what they're going to leave behind, the money they're going to leave behind, the legacy they're going to leave behind, the home that they're going to leave behind, the children, the energies, the creations that they're going to leave behind. So this person is, see how this person is already doing that? This person's already being there, and that's why I feel like it's a marriage, because these people are behaving as if they're married. So if you're not married, then you have an even better connection, because you guys are showing up as already very committed, at least energetically. So if someone drops the ball here, that's a free will choice. But so far as this reading goes, no, this person, the one who's keeping the plot, the one who's keeping the plot going, they're working and living life as if they're already planning for the future. That's what Queen of Pentacles does. She can't help it. See? Okay. And for you, for the other person who's going through this, you're going to come out of it at some point. You're going to get the gumption. You're going to let yourself off the hook. You're going to let yourself off of the anxiety, the guilt, the fear, the betrayal, the pain, whatever it is. You're going to let yourself off the hook, because you can't go on like this. How do I live without you? You can't. You don't. You won't. I'm only saying that because this person is showing up like this. So if they're not showing up like this, if they're not giving you the freedom and the space, if you pick up one bad vibe, it's not this person. Male or female, if you pick up one bad vibe, it's not this person. Okay? Not this person. If they're acting out, if they're acting wild, or if they're insecure, it's not this energy. So I don't want anyone to just project any sort of codependency or abuse or narcissist empathic into my readings. I'll let you know if that's what I'm getting. I'm not getting that here. I'm getting a very self-strong, independent person who is keeping this energetic connection alive and who is acting and behaving as if they're building their future. And now here's the great thing is that Queen of Pentacles is doing this whether or not this person, this marriage partner, comes back to the connection, or whether this person gets the connection started if you're not married. So either way, Queen of Pentacles is going to have 10 of Pentacles. Either way, because she's really the one creating it. The other person has yet to participate or come back to the connection. So once they do, then they can add to it. But until then, it's just one person doing it. And then they're doing it because they would be doing it no matter what. They're not compensating for this other person, if that makes any sense, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and get a Moonology card for you guys. And then we'll wrap up this beautiful reading. Honestly, guys, this is a really great reading. This is really healthy boundaries, really healthy privacy, really, really healthy stuff here. What was that? Okay, this did want to come out. It's like fumbling. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous Moon energy. Very close to achieving your goal. I feel like that's for the person who needs to have a change of perspective here, who needs to take a little bit more of the responsibility of making the right choice and making the right decisions for their life. And then stepping out of that, they're very close to being able to do that, of putting away the anxiety and the fear. How do I live without you? If you're not married, the strength of the connection is overwhelming. And like I said, the connection is not going anywhere. You're both connected. Like, that's not going to change. If you think you're going to outgrow it or that's going to change, no, you're just going to be more in love with this person. And it's going to increase the stress that you're feeling. So you're very close to achieving your goal in terms of freeing yourself of the anxiety, of the fears, of the worries, of the insecurities, of whatever's triggering that for you. It's overcoming that, taking matters into your own hands, and stepping back into this connection. Because you will be stronger having whatever you deal with together in the future. You're going to have a really strong person to go through it with, okay? I feel like that was your card. That was your card. It was really slippery how it came out too. Interesting. Very close to it. It could surprise you. You could surprise yourself when you're ready. Like, you might just wake up one morning and say to yourself, it's gone, I'm done, I'm released. I don't have to feel this way anymore. I don't have to feel like shit anymore. Okay, what is the divine feather message for... We have the woodpecker. There's the feather. Use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. Use your discernment. Oh my God, this is all about mental discernment. You have to discern between what's real, what's not real, what's just fear-based, and what is actually valid. Look at that. You're trying to get into a new rhythm, either coming back to the connection with your married person, your marriage partner, your life partner, or starting that relationship, because you can sense that the connection is very overwhelming. And like I said, you wished for this, you wished upon a star for this person. I know. Sorry. You wished upon a star for this person, and now they're here. They're literally, oh, I can't believe I missed that. I didn't get them, don't worry. I can't believe I missed that. This is when the High Priestess shows up. She's the dream female in a man's reading, or like the dream person, the archetype. And with these three energies, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay, I got them. I know that was so gruesome. I'm so sorry. Okay, but I just did it with a card that is yours. I just did it with this, and this is how it comes up. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius, as I'm talking about the star and the High Priestess energy here. This is totally your card. I wipe it off before I show you. Very good. Show the world the real you. You're having an issue. This person's having an issue of honoring who they love, honoring what they love, what they want, what they want their future to be. They have to just have more confidence in themselves, and that's exactly what's taking a huge blow right now, is their confidence, is their ego. And like I said, if they needed to be knocked down with the ego, needed to be humbled, it's a little bit much. They're really indulging in feeling shitty, and they don't need to feel shitty anymore, okay? So this is the new rhythm that's starting. This is the dream person. This is like the dream come true. This is the dream come true. This is the dream come true. And this is like the stability, like you must have dreamed for, like this is like your ideal person, the dream come true person. And it's scaring the shit out of you. You're like, I can't believe it. This is not even real, but it is. Okay. So we also have, where is it? Oh no, that was just it. Just the word woodpecker. And blackbird, bottom of the deck. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. Untapped potential here. You're way more gifted than you even know. And this connection is going to take you, put you back on top, baby. Back on top. This person loves you. This person loves you. They don't love your job. They don't love what you do. They don't love what you do for them. They don't love what you can give them. They love you for who you are. Show the world the real you. It's about being who you are. It's about thinking for yourself. How do I live without it? I can't get over that. That's hilarious. That song, How Do I Live Without You? For some of you, this connection, it's just too good to be true. How do I live without you? Like once they get with you, if they're not with you, if you guys are not, if this is not the married couple, once they get with you, they don't ever want to lose you. And that's what's really scary, is that once it starts, they're on the crazy train. Once it starts, it's like they're going to just eat you up. It's just going to be a wonderful, and they're sort of denying themselves that love. They're denying themselves that feeling good. For whatever reason, they're going to get over it though. They're going to let themselves off the hook, and they're going to say, okay, I don't have to torture myself anymore. I could just let myself indulge in this beautiful connection. Okay? Because they know that it's their future. They know, it's like this is what love is. This is what love looks like. It's being triggered in the good ways to work through your own personal issues. It's having space and boundaries to be able to work on individual stuff without fearing losing the connection, without fearing that the relationship's going to go to shit. Okay? Your future. Okay, my loves, this was an interesting reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. Okay, I'm getting out the last half of November readings out, so look out for those. We have the full moon in Taurus, November 12th. I've already talked a little bit about that. Oh, I didn't talk about that really at all in this particular reading. Full moon in Aquarius squares Taurus, the full moon in Taurus. It's going to be difficult for you to be who you really are. It already is. And to love who you are. But I would just take a look. I would just draw inspiration from yourself here, to be honest. And from the connection. Because it's your life. Like no one's living your life for you, okay? So at the full moon on the 12th, we can get some... I feel like it's a little bit too early for this person. I don't think they're going to let themselves off the hook at the full moon. I think something's going to burst. Like they're going to have a bubble bursting. They're going to have the experience that they need to have at the full moon to help them do this. I still say end of November, beginning of December. For things physically in the 3D moving forward, okay? Okay, when Jupiter moves into Capricorn. Okay, my dears, take care. I love you. Bye.